You didn't tell Senator Graham the truth, did you?
Senator, I took an oath to tell the truth, and I have done so faithfully.
Now, on February 22nd, 2018, you spoke to the American Constitution Society, and this is what you said. The right to work movement is deeply racist. You said that, didn't you?
Senator, I do not have that speech in front of me. I have spoken on a number of occasions about
You
the history.
turned your notes over to us. You didn't read them before you turned them over?
In a jaw-dropping moment on Capitol Hill, Senator John Kennedy held nothing back as he confronted a Democratic nominee accused of misleading the Senate Judiciary Committee. What began as a standard confirmation hearing quickly escalated into a high-stakes clash over truth, accountability, and character. With receipts in hand, Kennedy exposed what he claimed was a deliberate attempt to deceive the Senate and the American people. This wasn't just politics as usual. This was a masterclass in holding power to account. The confrontation began with Senator Kennedy addressing Miss Berner directly. "You didn't tell Senator Graham the truth, did you?" he asked pointedly. Without wasting much time, sit back and let's dive right in.
Senator, I've spoken on a number of occasions about the history. I was not speaking about...
Are you saying that you didn't say that?
Senator, I've spoken on a number of occasions about
Yes,
the
ma'am,
history.
are you saying that you didn't say that?
I have turned over all of my notes from my speeches.
I don't think you're telling the truth, Ms. Berner. Let me ask you another question. Do you remember Mindy Sturgey?
No, sir, I do not remember.
I'm embarrassed you don't remember her. She was one of your union members. She alleged that she was the victim of sexual discrimination at one of your local unions. This is what she said. She alleged that one of the executives there asked her, quote, if she enjoyed rough sex and bondage. She said that the chapter president, Mr. Dave Regan, asked her, quote, does the carpet match the drapes? And, quote, what would you do for some jewelry? She alleged that Mr. Regan told another staffer, quote, that the only way she is getting a job is if she sucks my member of the male anatomy. Another employee said in an affidavit that Mr. Reagan, quote, went around asking women if he could sniff their panties, close quote, at an October 2017 work party. She said another executive, quote, grabbed my upper thigh while I was driving. And she wrote you and asked you to investigate. And you said no, didn't you?
Senator, I have dedicated my career to representing women and families. That has been my work.
You said no, didn't you?
Senator,
you told her that let her own chapter represent or investigate its own misconduct, didn't you?
Senator, I'm going to give you additional time, but I want the witness to be able to fully answer the question.
Senator, the letter that you are quoting from, I wrote in my capacity as counsel to my client. It was the position of my client, and I was acting as an advocate.
You refused to investigate, though, didn't you?
Senator, I believe that I have faithfully adhered to my obligations as an attorney for my client.
I don't think Ms. Sturgis would agree with you. In fact, Mr. Reagan, the chapter president, is still the president, isn't he?
I believe.
You don't even know?
Dave Reagan is the president of one of our local union, of one of
Wow.
SEIU's local unions, yes.
Wow.
Senator Kennedy once again proved why he's one of the sharpest interrogators in Washington. In a moment that cut through political spin and legal smokescreens, he held a powerful nominee accountable not just for what she said, but for what she failed to do. He didn't rely on theatrics. He relied on facts. When Miss Berner tried to dodge responsibility, Kennedy confronted her with her own words. When she claimed not to remember the victim of serious harassment allegations, he reminded the room, and the nation, that leadership is about action, not excuses. This wasn't just about exposing a flawed nominee, it was about defending truth, standing up for victims, and reminding America that accountability still matters. In a system too often plagued by double standards and selective memory, Senator Kennedy was a voice of clarity, courage, and conviction. And that's exactly the kind of leadership we need more of in Washington. Kennedy's closing was cutting and clear. He wasn't just exposing inconsistencies, he was painting a picture of a nominee out of touch with reality and accountability. She didn't remember the woman who cried out for help. She didn't read the note she submitted under oath. She couldn't say whether a man facing serious allegations was still in power. It was more than a confrontation. It was a reckoning. If you believe nominees should be held to the highest standards, make sure you subscribe for more real-time truth from Washington. When nominees try to sidestep the truth, Kennedy steps in with the facts. And this time, he left no doubt about who the real advocate for justice was. Subscribe now for more truth, accountability, and the moments the mainstream media won't show you. Like, share, and comment below. What do you think about Ms. Berner's testimony?